Hello, my name is Philip Wilson. I'm from Columbus, Ohio, but I live in Las Vegas for the last 3 years and I love it there. My talk today is on spiritual purification using far infrared saunas. And it's a topic dear to my heart because I had an out-of-body experience in 1970. In 1971, I had a spinal energy Kundalini experience. And that second experience propelled me even deeper into being very, very, very sensitive to the energies of this world and the foods that I ate. So in order to maintain my sanity, I basically had to almost become a fruitarian because I was so sensitive I couldn't even drink water that wasn't pure. At that time, I was meditating 6 hours and doing yoga every day just to keep sane, but it was great, and I am grateful for the experience because it's like someone pushing you off the diving board and all of a sudden you got to swim, whether you, even though you'd never swam before. And so, anyway, that was like 50 years ago, a long time ago. But I got into holistic health foods, whole foods. Dr. John Christopher, the herbalist, was one of my teachers, not directly, but through listening to his tapes. And I was reading everything I could on herbology and whole foods and was doing a very, very pure diet. And I decided that I needed to realize, rather than decided, or a combination of both, that I needed to purify my body in order to be able to be tuned in so I could hear the inner wisdom that was available to me and which is available to all of us. And we just got to get the mind to quit doing its shenanigans and its things. And the question was tuning in, learning to practice the presence of that great wisdom within ourselves, which goes actually beyond philosophy, beyond religion, to the reality of who and what we are. And that has been my purpose in life ever since, to convey to anyone who I can that there is no death. Freedom is your right. Man is a God clothed in rags, and all man has to do, he or she has to do is step out of their self-constructed prison, and they can become free. So having got into all these herbs, Chinese herbs, American herbs, medicinal mushrooms and everything like that, I eventually opened up a health food store, and then I started selling massage tools and got very much into the areas of the body and the sensitivities and how, as we tune, for example, the iridology points out that there's a correspondence, a one-to-one correspondence, if you're a mathematician, called an isomorphism that most people don't know, between the points in your body and the iris and the eye, and same with foot reflexology and Vitaflex, introduced by Stanley Burroughs, who also introduced the Master Cleanser Lemonade diet, which is one of my favorite diets to use. So I've been cleansing myself. Then eventually I had to desensitize myself. But anyway, I opened up a health food store selling, and I opened up a distributing business marketing massage tools and your top super A+, A-, B+ products to other health food stores as well, like chlorella, spirulina, and green foods. I was selling green foods way back in 1984, Chinese herbs, when no one else was. I started selling aromatherapy products to health food stores in 1986 when they weren't even in the stores. So in a sense, I'm a pioneer. I'm a renegade. I don't do what people say to do. I do what I want to do, and I learn how to, flow in society without them noticing me. I fly under the radar, basically doing my best to educate and catalyze people to wake up. There's always another level of waking up. My book that's coming out probably this year is called Pictures of the Mind, Freeing Yourself from Beliefs That No Longer Serve You. And that's why far infrared saunas can be very, very effective for spiritual purification. cleansing the body. Hippocrates is one of the great doctors of the past. He's revered among medical doctors, supposedly. They have the Hippocratic Oath, which they do not listen to. It's above all, do no harm. The harm done by medical doctors in this society is part of the medical tyranny in this world, and certainly in this country. In 1909 it started, a large part when the Rockefeller Association found a way to bankrupt all the naturopathic colleges, and only the colleges that were promoting the pharmaceutical poisons or drugs, as they call them. Say no to drugs. Drugs have their place in the world. I was shown this when I had an asthma attack, and the other 8 times I was able to find herbal products and other things that got rid of it instantly, and I couldn't. So I had to do the drug Tedral that I used to do as a kid, and it worked. And then once I realized that drugs had their place and I wasn't for or against it, boom, I've never had to use a drug again, except when I had a kidney stone. And then I was very, very happy to use a drug at that time. There's always exceptions to the rule, but basically, outside of that, I've pretty much been drug-free for 50 years. The Relax Sauna, and far infrared saunas in general. There's a book by Dr. Sherry Rogers. It's underneath my lamp here. And this young lady, not very young now, she's probably my age, a little older, Dr. Sherry Rogers, out of the Syracuse, New York area. She wrote this book, Detoxify or Die. The whole book is a testimony to the power of far infrared energy saunas to heal and to get people back to health. Thousands, or at least hundreds of people left for dead by the medical establishment came to Dr. Sherry Rogers in the 1990s. Most of them had chemical sensitivities. Dr. Sherry Rogers is an environmental medical doctor, and she took care of these people, and basically she got them to be fixed and back to health through using far infrared saunas. She called them the superior saunas to distinguish them from the finished saunas, which use heat. Now, if I were to say, all right, I know heat's important, but the heat's not as important, the outside heat is not as important as the inside heat. And that's the key that a lot of people are very confused about in this world. The heat inside that sauna, for example, has nothing to do with the price of tea in China. I know that's hard to believe. It also has very little to do with the effectiveness of the sauna to get rid of your aches and pains, to detoxify you, and all to relax you, to energize you. That is done by the increase in body temperature. That's significant. That's the important thing. The Relax Sauna Company, for example, was commissioned by a Japanese company. The Relax Sauna Company is in Taiwan. They've been in business for about 41 years now. They were commissioned by a Japanese company. Can you get a hot springs like in southern Japan, where magic happens, where people go and their health improves dramatically? Can you get a hot springs in your home using electricity? Because it was an electrical company in Taiwan. And they said, sure, no problem. 10 years later, they contacted them and said, we did it. We did it. It only took us 10 years. And they developed the prototype of this. This is a semiconductor chip. And there are 4 of them in this little lamp. This is a 200-watt lamp, and they came out with a 150-watt little panda. It looked like a little panda with just no neck and anything, just that. And they presented it at the 1998 Pittsburgh Inventors Convention, and they won a gold medal for it. And I personally believe that this technology to be able to get out of electricity the pure far infrared light that resonates with water. That's what we're looking for. Why? Because water is in everything in this world. It's in plants, it's in turtle eggs, it's in our human bodies, it's in mammal bodies, it's in bird bodies. If you can get this energy, if you can filter out all the energies that don't resonate with water, then you're going to have a very, very powerful energy medicine device. And this particular, there's 20 semiconductor chips in each of the 2 radiators in the Relax Sauna. But what this chip does, it filters out the near infrared, which penetrates 1 to 2 millimeters only. It filters out the mid-infrared, and it filters out the far infrared that does not resonate with the water. So you only get, water is a far infrared molecule. Most of you maybe didn't realize that. Daniel Brinkley speaks and says, we are light beings. We are not, having a human experience. We are spiritual light beings. We are actually far infrared light beings. We emanate far infrared light, and when you see a loved one from maybe 100 feet away, and you feel that little spark, that little tingling, that's the far infrared energy resonating with the far infrared energy of them. When you would take this lamp or the radiators in the Relax Sauna, and you this is like quantum physics. If you saw What the Bleep Do You Know, the energy coming out of there is an energy. It's a wavelength. It's a wave. And it becomes a wavicle, which becomes a particle, and interconnects with the water molecules in your body. And the water molecules become a particle, become a wavicle, become a wave. And they go in and out, in and out. It's like the water cells in your body are having sex with the energy coming out of the Relax Sauna radiators. It's a love bond, and it's an interaction. And what does that interaction do? It creates movement in the water molecules. It causes the water molecules to vibrate, to pulsate, to rotate, and everything else. It's not microwave, it's far infrared energy. It's a good, healthy, loving energy. And what that does, when the water molecules are bouncing up and down inside your body, you're having what the purpose of exercise is all about. You're creating movement in the body, movement. If you have a stagnant pond, that's a breeding ground for mosquitoes. If you have stagnant areas in your body, that's a breeding ground for mold and bacteria. So when you get all the water molecules to vibrate and all that, what happens? Think about it. What would happen if that was going on in your body? You would get warm. 100 people in a small room dancing, all moving. It's going to get hot. So your body temperatures increase, and Hippocrates is going to say, you did it. My dream is, find me a way to create sweat or fever, and I will cure disease. That means I will cure disease, but I need to increase your body temperature and or get you to sweat. That's the secret that he proposed. Do they listen to him? Above all, do no harm. They don't listen to him there. What makes you think that medical doctors would even dream of listening to Hippocrates? They've lost touch. They've lost their connection. What the Relax Sauna does and what far infrared saunas do, they activate the parasympathetic nervous system. That gets that mind, that coffee nervous mind to quit messing with you. And it gets you calm. You get grounded. You get tuned in. You get into the now. You get into the zone. And then you feel connected with that source within yourself that is. You get connected to that which is. When you're connected to that which is, that's when all the magic in life happens. That's when the spiritual purification happens. When everything is vibrating, it's really, really wonderful. So the Relax Sauna and all infrared saunas will generate a specific amount of the energy. Now, we have been to many, many conferences. I have been to over 500 medical conferences and holistic health expos like this we're at the New Living Expo. I've been doing this since 2002, and I have been having a lot of fun. I have probably put 150,000 people in the Relax Sauna over these 20 years. I have personally used the Relax Sauna 20 minutes almost every morning for 20 years, and I do miss a couple days a month because I just don't want to do it, and I don't do anything unless I feel like doing it, you know, more or less. Sometimes you feel like doing it because the repercussions of not doing it are not pleasant, so I do it. So therefore, I feel like doing it. But the Relax sauna has a wonderful energy. Many people do it for 10 or 20 minutes before they go to bed. This particular sauna, and there are many out there, and they're all good. This particular one takes about 10 to 30 seconds to preheat. Takes about 2-3 minutes to feel like you're being hugged by your loving grandma and feel warm and toasty. After about 8 minutes, people start to sweat, and after 15 minutes, they're usually dripping, and in 20 minutes, they're totally drenched. We have 800 testimonies on our YouTube. Relax Saunas with an S.com, relaxsaunas.com. Video testimonies. We also have a booth here at the New Living Expo. We're booth 511 and 513 in the corner. You know, Jack's corner shut by the corner. Anyway, we're in the corner, so just go in the far left corner, and there's 6 saunas available for you to try for 5-10 minutes. Of course, we're putting people in right now as well, so you can have the experience. See, this is what it's all about. It's not mental knowledge. You know, a lot of people know certain things, and I myself, for example, there is no beginning and no ending. We all know that the Alpha and the Omega, there is no beginning, there is no ending, there is no time, everything just is and was, and that's a mental concept. And the mental concept, it's like, it says, thou shalt have no graven images before me. Well, a graven image could be considered a mental concept because that's a graven image in the mental world, in the world of mind. So that will interfere with your experiencing that which is, because the concept is not what is, it's a concept. And it's a trap, but it gets you there, and then you have, that's a diving board. The diving board is not the swimming pool. And now you have to jump from the diving board into the swimming pool and experience that everlasting water that once you drink, you never thirst again because you're connected. And so I like to think that the Relax sauna and any far infrared sauna will get you deeper connected. Why? Because it activates the parasympathetic nervous system, and that gets you to slow down, get connected, be grounded, and be who you are. And that's why they all feel so good. This particular sauna, we have people come and tell us that the feeling of joy they experience with the Relax sauna is they've never experienced this in another sauna. And a lot of people have a hard time believing this, but it's like you've been driving a bicycle all your life and you're really, really happy with it because it sure beats having to walk. And then all of a sudden someone says, well, we have this car. This will get you there faster. And it's hard to believe, but Rebecca Harder is a good example of this. This is a great book called Gastrogirl. It's got information on ozone, hyperbaric oxygen, rebounding, inversion machines, and all sorts of technologies, herbal technologies, and castor oil. And it's called Saving America One Colon at a Time. This lady is a colon hydrotherapist and has a colon hydrotherapy clinic in Portland, and she also has a hyperbaric oxygen clinic in New Mexico. For 10 years, she says so in this book, she was selling wooden far infrared saunas for $5,000 to $7,000 each, and they're wonderful. And she was promoting them, and she'd see us at the conferences every year. And you know, she didn't snub her nose at us, but she turned her nose and just walked the other direction because, after all, she has a wooden sauna, and there's no way in the world that could be as good as that. I mean, it looks sort of chintzy, looks like a toaster oven covered, you know, and it's like, you know, like a friend of mine, she had seen this at a show before she met me, and she felt sorry for the people who were selling it because it looked so chintzy. Now, you know, there is an article in reddit.com that I'll talk about after I finish talking about this. But anyway, she got in the Relax sauna. 3 minutes later, oh my God, she could not believe the difference. In 3 minutes, she said, And she says that the relaxed sauna is the most therapeutic sauna. And before that, she was saying, as she is saying in this book, a sauna belongs in every home. Everyone must have, if they want to purify their body and have the optimal health, they need to use a far infrared sauna. And now she says she's got 15 pages on the book on far infrared saunas, including 8 pages on the relaxed sauna, explaining her experiences and why she believes the relaxed sauna is the most therapeutic sauna out there. The Reddit.com article was written in 2017 in February, and I don't even know the man, but he had bought an Amazon sauna because he's done a lot of research about the benefits of far infrared ray energy. And this is something you can do. I don't like to talk about it too much because everyone knows about that. I want to give you the extra stuff. I want to explode myths that most people believe. Like some people believe near infrared is better than far infrared ray. Well, it may have some benefits, but it cannot do what the far infrared does, because only the far infrared between 4 and 14 microns resonates with your water molecules, and that's what you want to do to increase the body temperature. This is hyperthermia, not at its finest, but hyperthermia in Germany. They raise your temperature 5, 6, 7 degrees. If you raise it 7 degrees, the body dies, but if you raise it 5 to 6 degrees, it kills all the cancer cells, all the parasites, all the anaerobic bacteria and all that. So it's really, testy in that area. You have to be really careful. But if you can raise your body temperature 1 to 3 degrees every day, that's almost like, doing the scary stuff. Yes.
Do you sweat in your relaxed sauna?
It takes 8 minutes to start sweating. After 15 minutes, you are totally dripping. In 20 minutes, you are drenched, and you'll have the most profound sweat of your life. And no wooden sauna in 1 hour can compare to the sweat you get in 20 minutes in the relaxed sauna.
Are these people sweating?
No, because we're getting them out before they start sweating. Yeah, I like to say there's a crossroads in your life when you get in the relaxed sauna. After 8 minutes, do you stay in because it feels so damn good, or do you get out because you don't want to sweat in your clothes? Yes.
One other thing related to that, you said something about using it before bed. I know some people can do that.
Yes.
To go to sleep, but it has more of the same effect as exercising before going to bed.
It's truth serum. It's truth serum. If you're really, really tired, it puts you to sleep. If you're, you just wake up in the morning, you've had plenty of sleep, and you just can't get it going, it energizes you, and it puts a cup of coffee to shame.
No, I mean, if I use it before bed, then I do not fall. I usually fall asleep pretty fast.
Sure.
If I use that, then it's like exercise
On the wooden one you have. Well, the relaxed sauna is different, and that's because, see, the wooden saunas are only about 50% resonating far infrared light, and there's 50% other energies, like the near infrared, the mid infrared, and the far that doesn't resonate.
supposedly all far.
Well, I know that's what they say, but if you take a bolometer and measure it, it's not true. Okay? A bolometer is a machine that costs BOLO meter. It measures the far infrared light. And what the Reddit.com article talked about, and it's on those 3 sheets. We have 3 sheets of paper, and it's also the middle pages of the book that you may have been given, or you can pick it up at the booth. It reports on the article, and I can always text it to you as well. He looked and saw all the research on infrared saunas and said, "Wow, this is amazing. This Amazon sauna is $250. Wow!" And he bought it, and he tested it, and it raised core temperature only a half a degree in 25 minutes. And then he tested the heart rate variability test and the biometrics, and it failed. It didn't do anything what the research said it would do. So he bought a $500 Amazon sauna that was reputed, had all these great recommendations, low EMF and all this stuff, and it did the same thing, nothing, very little. Then he reluctantly and with skepticism got a relaxed sauna. And oh my gosh, was he impressed. He checked the temperature every couple minutes. It raised body temperature 2.5 degrees, 3.2 degrees in 25 minutes. And then and then it says the biometrics are even more amazing because it's a heart rate variability test that he performed on it actually exceeded what the research would have said. significantly more. And he said, wow, I'm really impressed. And he says in the end of the article, I'd really like to recommend that the Amazon saunas can do what this does, but they don't. And that he recommended cryotherapy or cold shower treatments along with sauna treatment, and said that this is the only portable sauna that he feels, can do, what it needs. And he'd love to recommend a cheaper one, but they don't work. And so, again, it's like, if you try the Relax Sauna, then you notice there's a difference. And that's what I've noticed. If you look at our testimonies, we have about a 20, 30-minute video at our booth on the TV there. One lady in British Columbia said, my heart chakra was just sort of exploded. And like, oh my God, I couldn't believe. And plus her pain went away too. And we have other people say they just feel spiritually cleansed, they feel relaxed and revitalized at the same time. And just about a month or two ago, another lady got in the sauna and said, my heart just opened. And this is the spiritual purification that we get more from the Relax Sauna that I haven't heard other Relax Sauna companies talk about. That they get good physical responses. Every sauna's got testimonies on it, even the Amazon $200 saunas. And I personally, in 2001, bought an Amazon sauna, and from one of the companies I was selling massage tools, buying from. They had a sauna from China that they were selling, and I said, how much is it? And a year later, I finally could afford it and bought one. Back then, I was in my Baroque period. That's not the classical period, it's the Baroque period when I was broke. And I got the sauna, and I would take the chair out, because it was just a little camping chair, and I got in, I got on the floor, I sat in front of all the panels, and after 18 minutes, I would start sweating. And then it took me 55 minutes to have a really good sweat, generally, at least 55 minutes where I feel cleansed. The Relax Sauna, instantly you feel it. In 8 minutes, you're sweating, and in 15 minutes dripping, 20 minutes drenched. It's a total different experience. Yes?
I would like to give a testimony. A long time ago, I used to build roads and bridges. I have a civil engineer degree. Okay? One day, someone didn't show up to hold that sign and stop slow for me. And so I had to do it. And I was trying to direct traffic over here, trying to make a bridge over here. A man in a nice big truck hit me on drugs and drinking. I flew 50 feet over his truck because I'm a lightweight. Okay? I fell into a coma for 15 months. After I woke up, I couldn't speak. I learned how to speak. I was in a wheelchair for 8 years. This sauna, because of this sauna, I don't have to have any surgeries. Because of this sauna, I'm healthy. I just wanted you to know that. My doc might be concave in, but I don't have to have any surgeries.
The sauna releases her pain quite a bit, a lot of times. And we have people who have been in our sauna at conferences, and we have about 10 or 20 we have about 800 testimonies, about 100 of them. I had shoulder pain for 17 months, and it's gone. It was a pain 8 or 9, and it's gone. People usually with fibromyalgia pain, any kind of pain after 8 to 10 minutes in the sauna, sometimes 12. The pain goes from a 12 to a 0 or an 8 to a 4. The pain, it'll significantly increase pain in 5 to 10 minutes without even sweating. So, but when you start sweating, Dr. Roger Bellica out of Colorado, who used to be medical director for NASA, points out that once people start sweating, there's a remarkable difference in their healing journey, and it's quite amazing. So the guy at Reddit.com, he pointed out that the Relax Sauna is very, very effective, and he recommends it very highly. Did you have a question? Yes.
What is the maintenance? Is there any maintenance?
There's no maintenance at all. See, the Relax Sauna uses a tent as a mirror. See, far infrared energy is invisible, but it's still reflected by a mirror. And so when it reflects by the mirror, it's also, the speed of light is 186,000 miles a second. So it's just the two radiators. If you have EMF damage or if you have problems caused by previous exposure to EMF, going into a far infrared sauna, especially the relaxed sauna, will antidote EMF. It's known to antidote EMF. And so the concerns about, well, is your sauna EMF safe? That's more or less just marketing ploys. The relaxed sauna, for example, has third and seventh lowest among the 21 most common household appliances in terms of EMF, depending whether you're 1 inch from it or 12 inches. We have 4 people in LA and San Diego, Anaheim, and Phoenix who go into houses to make them EMF safe, and they do this for a living, and they all have relaxed saunas in their home. The microwave, the cell phone that I carry is 100 times more dangerous than the EMF of any household appliance. So that's really like a non-factor. But basically it goes through clothes, it resonates. When you go out into the sun, you feel really, really warm. You close your eyes and you feel that deep penetrating warmth going throughout your whole body. That's the far infrared penetrating. The hot you feel on the surface of your skin, that's the ultraviolet. Now the ultraviolet also gets the sand hot, but the far infrared goes through the sand 1 to 2 inches and resonates with the water in turtle eggs and activates the turtle embryo to grow into a turtle, otherwise it would not hatch. Snake eggs also work the same way. The far infrared light gives, according to Gerald Pollack, who wrote the book The Fourth Phase of Water, the far infrared light from the sun gives the plants the power to move and to bend by pulsating and vibrating with the water molecules in the body. It's a love bond. It's a love bond. Now, when about 20 years ago, when we first started promoting the relaxed sauna and putting people at it, a couple young ladies said, "Oh my gosh, it feels like my grandma's giving me a loving hug." And then the day later, another lady said that. And I've said that to people, and they say to me, "Not my grandma." But most people say, "Yeah, I'd love to feel that again." And
Yes,
so
I know.
when the relaxed sauna came out way back, we have one more person can get in. Do you want to go in, sir? Okay. Well, if you want to try it at the booth, we've got, you can go in, yes, okay. Because we've got about 8 minutes left, and that's about an 8-minute session. By the way, anyone who got in, how did they feel?
Amazing.
Amazing. First time in? Yeah. Have you been in other saunas? Okay. A lot of people have never been in other saunas, and so we like to put people in, and all sorts of people. Again, I don't think that EMF is a problem with any sauna, frankly. Some people have sensitivities. Maybe 1 out of 1,000 people will have a sensitivity to EMF. There is some EMF at the bottom of the relaxed sauna, like I said, but a musician in Philadelphia got in the sauna. He was really sensitive to EMF. He said, "God, I feel great." And he said, I sense that there's EMF there, but something's preventing it from causing damage to me. And so, also near-infrared lasers are very powerful, and they can penetrate 9 inches, but near-infrared saunas, they only penetrate 1 to 2 millimeters. And so full spectrum infrared is like natural. Quaker Oat cereal came out with natural. What does natural mean? Well, oil is natural, so full spectrum infrared means exactly the same thing as infrared. It's just an embellished marketing ploy to make it look impressive. But like I said, Dr. Bill Atkinar promotes a sauna from Colorado in here in his book in 2007. He never heard about the relaxed sauna, but his business partner bought 10 saunas from us and gifted him as one. And he said the relaxed sauna will create high shock, heat shock proteins more so than any other sauna. And he can't believe when he travels how people can live without it, because it's totally amazing. Dr. Bill Atkinar is a cancer doctor in New York, voted best cancer doctor 2007. He's a Chinese medical doctor and an acupuncturist. He's a Qigong master. He has a school, Center for Spiritual Healing, where he teaches people the Qigong and other things that he teaches. He also was medical director for the United States Karate Olympic team a few years back. He highly recommends the relaxed sauna to many of his cancer patients. We have cancer clinics. Dr. Paul Anderson has a cancer clinic in Washington State. He uses the Relax Sauna while they're doing IV therapy to increase body temperature 4.2 degrees. As far as I know, most of the other saunas, you know, they can increase body temperature, and they do, but not as much as 2.5 to 3.2 degrees in 25 minutes and 4.2 degrees in an hour. The portable saunas, I know, can't seem to do more than half a degree or 1 degree in 1 hour. So, you know, the Relax Sauna is a superior sauna. It is the most effective. It is the most therapeutic. But again, if you go to any far infrared sauna website, they all have testimonies of how people love it. Just like, you know, people who drive cars love it. It's so much better than a bicycle. The Mercedes is generally known, and the BMW are some of the higher quality ones. So my name is Phil Wilson. The website is relaxsaunas.com. My cell phone is 626-200-8454. My email is phil@relaxsaunas.com. phil@relaxsaunas.com. Please feel free to contact me. I'll be here for 2 more days, hanging around my booth. I've got 4 other people at my booth helping people, assisting. We have 6 saunas set up. We'll be there. Go on in 5 to 10 minutes. Experience it for yourself. Again, it's the experience, not the mental concept. You know, people say, "Oh yeah, I have an infrared sauna," and people will do that for years, and finally they'll get in and say, "Oh my gosh, I didn't really believe what you said." People go in the Relax Sauna, they expect something, and they get so much more than what they expected. And I really appreciated all of you being in the audience. Everyone was very attentive, and I hope that the information I give you will catalyze you to become more free. Spiritual freedom is what, to me, it's all about, and also experience your body to work with you. We want your bodies to work and do your bidding. Do you have any questions? Yes.
So it is recommended just to do the 20 minutes? I mean, more is not better.
Oh, you can do more. A lot of times, I have so much fun. You don't have to shower afterwards. You'll continue to detox for another 20 minutes. But after 20 minutes, you know, sometimes I'll do a shower, come back and do another 20 minutes. And on spa day for Phil, I'll do it a 3rd time, and I feel like I've been at the spa for 9 hours. Yes?
I just finished with, you have to drink. You need water.
Yes, it's really important. The main contraindication is dehydration. So it's really important to drink 8 to 12 ounces of water before. And once I was in the sauna about 10 years ago, and I was not enjoying myself. I was hot, I was not happy, and then I drank some water, and all of a sudden, instantly, water started dripping, and I realized I was dehydrated. So if you're not enjoying the sauna, drink water. It will help a lot.
So you're not sweating, in other words. I mean,
Right.
It's almost impossible not to sweat.
Well, you know, some people are not sweaters, you know, but I put 2, at a dental conference, I put 2 people in. One hadn't sweated for 10 years, one hadn't sweated for 20 years, and I got them both to sweat in about 15, 18 minutes. You know, so, one of my employees prided herself on being a midwife for sweating. One time it took one lady 51 minutes to sweat, and as soon as that happened, they had 4 doctors with their credit cards ready to purchase saunas from us, because that was like a minor or major miracle. Yes, sir.
Sometimes I get in the sauna, I think, okay, I'm going to be 20 minutes. Next thing, I'm 3 hours in there. I'll be sleeping there, and it's cold out, you know, usually. I keep turning it on for like 5, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Keep it up and keep turning it on. Next thing, it's like 3 hours go by. I'm still in the sauna. And it's just, keep me warm.
I did that. I came back from Chicago about 10 years ago. I was really, really sick, had a flu or something, and I got into the sauna around 3 in the morning, turned it on for 30 minutes, and then fell asleep. And I woke up and turned it on for another 30 minutes and fell asleep. And when I woke up in the morning, God, I was feeling good. It's like, this is when I was 8 or 10 or 11 years old. I was sick with the flu. You know, all that's on the 3rd day of the flu, like clockwork. I'd wake up in bed, totally wet, totally having sweated, and feeling incredible. Sweating is what it's all about. Sweating and increasing body temperature. Regular exercise increases body temperature just a tad, but far infrared saunas will perform miracles, and improve the quality of your life. And I thank you so much for attending. Please come visit our booth, pick up extra literature, booth 509, 511, 513. And I hope you enjoyed the talk. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
One more question.
Yeah, sure.
So do I need to continue to do the physical detox if I have this?
It's always wise to do other detox programs along with this. This will augment a program by an athletic trainer. The Dodgers just bought 5 saunas from us. The Milwaukee Brewers bought some saunas, and the Pittsburgh Pirates bought saunas. They're all doing well this year. By the way, you put a towel on the chair and you drape a towel, and all your sweat goes on the towels. When you get out, you just turn it on for 5 minutes and it self-cleans. It's real simple.
If you want to leave it up, you leave it up, but if you want to.
Right, it takes 3 minutes to set up and 2 minutes to tear down. I leave mine up all the time. It's really wonderful as soon as you wake up to do it for 20 minutes.
Oh, well, yeah, I can get it to Mama. She had one.
Any last minute questions? Thank you so much for attending, and thank you both. Hope the talk was helpful. Great.
Thank you so much.
Okay.